What's up, YouTube? We're back in it for another one. You know what it is. Got those mean words about to call Dewey. Before I get into this legendary post I've seen from this particular person I've never heard of before, you guys know the way Twitter is, man. You sign on and just, you'll see a bunch of posts there back to back of like people you never heard of before. Usually it's stupid shit. I get in there like it's some type of cheater or rage hacker in Warzone or Black Ops 6 or whatever the newest Call of Duty is, or it might be a K&M player who's like literally a god. Like he'll just be flicking on everybody in his gameplays, but he's crying about aim assist. Like usually it's dumb shit like that. But yesterday just randomly got this legendary post that I feel like I gotta share with y'all. But before we get into that, I thought this was kind of interesting. This caught my eye just before I turned on the mic. From Sir Charles Shillintel, the Call of Duty League appears to no longer be sponsored by Monster Energy after their logo was removed from the CDL website this weekend. Now they're only sponsored by Esports World Cup and Scuff. The Monster Black Ops 6 promo ends December 31st. And it's so funny how we've all been talking on this channel. Other channels have been talking about this too. How Call of Duty kind of feels like it's dying. Like it's never going to die, right? It's Call of Duty, man. This franchise is a juggernaut. And that's what's so frustrating about it, because no matter what we do, speaking up, boycotting it, Call of Duty is always going to keep going until they decide to end it. A boycott, it's never going to work, man. There's too many whales. There's too many simps. But the franchise is hurting. It's not in a great state right now. And people have noticed it, losing interest all around. You know, I talked about a couple of people in my videos, but I've seen a lot of people who have Call of Duty channels who stream or they do commentaries, whatever it is, and they're noticing that interest is dipping off. And it's nothing to do with their content. They're putting out the same videos, man. It's not like people are getting sick of their content or anything like that. It's just interest this year in Call of Duty just seems to be a lot more down than it's been. People just seem fed up with the nonsense. And there's been a lot of people covering on Steam how much the player base has been dipping. I think it's even gone down another 2%. The last video I watched on it, it might have been from Blame Truth, and I think it was down like 20%. I believe it's around 22% now. It's down. Players like, dude, Call of Duty is in a rough spot right now, and now it is losing sponsors over here for the, like, dude, shit is just, it's getting worse progressively, degeneratively. It's getting worse for the Call of Duty. I hate that, man. I like unicorns farting in my face. Like, how dare you say mean words about the Call of Duty? But anyways, let us get into this legendary tweet. Speaking of why COD is so down bad at this juncture of all junctures, we got this post here from Just Caffrey. I believe he also makes content as well too. I believe he has a YouTube channel. Whatever it is, if he has a YouTube channel, I'll put a link to his channel in the description, or I'll at least put a link to his Twitter in the description. Go show this dude some love. He knows what he's talking about, man. What he's gonna say right here. I've been saying this a lot in my videos. He just says it a lot more efficiently than I do, but it's a little bit of a longer one, so strap in, relax. I guess it's gonna be another story time with G. So Caffrey goes on to say, Call of Duty rant. Before 2019, players rarely left the match even when they were getting stomped. Is this man telling any lies with that statement? All you OGs that have been around for a long time, is he telling any lies? We did not leave back then. I've been saying this since the beginning in COD 4. No one left, man. We were getting stopped by the people who've been playing since like COD 2 and shit. We were getting our asses handed to us. We did not leave. We didn't care. We were noobs. And we didn't care until we actually got better at the game. But we wanted to get better. We saw what those better players were doing. We wanted to do what they were doing. We stayed with the game because the game was good and it was fun. It prioritized fun. Not unicorns farting in your face and Teletubby skins in a first-person shooter for these 40-year-old virgin beta male nerds that stalk and harass channels that say mean words about the goddamn video game. Like, the game was just fun, dude. There was no battle passes, none of this cringy shit. But he goes on to say, now that we've had years of protective matchmaking to coddle new and bad players, they've been conditioned or entitled to certain gameplay, and if they experience a match outside of their comfort zone, they quit. This is 100% facts. But now we're at a point where there are two main problems that may be unsolvable, at least in the short term. Number one, because the matchmaking is manipulating your experience, it is strongly recommended to back at a lobbies because it's stupid to sit there and suffer because Call of Duty's algorithm decided you needed to struggle for optimal engagement. And two, players need to be okay with losing to better players and value getting better or accepting the results of your current skill level. The idea that you deserve or need to play people at your skill level to have fun reeks of entitlement. Yo, Caffrey, man, preach, bro. My homie out here spitting, man. I don't know who you are, bro, but I feel like we're family, man. This dude is straight up preaching right now. Reeks of entitlement. Oh, I'm new at the game. I don't want to get better, but I shouldn't be like in a lobby with a player like Scump. Like, dude, reeks of entitlement. You're a noob at the game. You haven't even given yourself a chance to get better, and you think that you're entitled to not be stomped in the video game. You're new. Of course you're going to get stomped. That's how you get better. Anyways, he goes on to finish it up with, I don't know how we fix our culture and return to value improvement and just enjoying the game as is, but I know for a fact if you need a safe space in a video game, you're going to get absolutely destroyed by life. Yo, Caffrey, that's some real shit, man. My dude is out here preaching, spitting, all of the above. I've been saying this whole, I'll tell you how we handle this right now, though. You want me to tell you how we fix this culture? You force it. Unfortunately, the only people with the power to do that is Activision and Microsoft. But if they decided to force it on this community, like, here, we'll give you guys a boot camp like we had combat training in the older Call of Duties. You're protected until that rank, and you're just in Gen Pop with everybody else after you're done. Once you hit that max rank in combat training and you leave combat training boot camp, you're just in there with everybody else, and everybody has the best connection. Once they removed the matchmaking from Call of Duty, if they took all the garbage out of their matchmaking and it was just based on connection, ping, most of the problems we're noticing with this game right now, gone. They disappear just like that. As soon as they clean up the matchmaking, all this nonsense we noticed with the game, it's just gone, dude. Like, yeah, are we going to notice a little bit of netcode issues here and there? Maybe get shot around a corner or something? Yeah, we're going to see it the odd time here and there. But we're also on dedicated servers now as well, too. We were on peer-to-peer back in the day, and shit ran better. To fix this culture with this new soft generation of gamers, you force it on them. You don't give them any other options. Like, we don't have an option to play casually anymore. You don't give them any more options. Here's your boot camp. Once you hit that max rank, you're in there with everybody else, and you get a great connection. Go get better at the game. If you can't get better at the game or you don't want to, all right, man, well, maybe this franchise is not for you. That's how you fix this. You force them. Unfortunately, these nerds, these soft new-gen gamers, they reward Activision for protecting them and holding their hands. They reward them by buying tons of furry, cringy bundles for almost half the price of what they paid for the full game. An operator skin for a first-person shooter. You can't even see it. I remember seeing this post, and for some reason, it always kind of just stuck with me, because when I was reading it, I was just kind of like, my jaw was on the floor, right? And obviously, he doesn't watch the channel anymore. I made a video talking about why I don't have a problem with people who reverse boost, and I explained why, because this matchmaking has no business being in a pub. And he got salty as hell, wrote me a book about it. He's like, I used to love your videos, man. And just like, I don't remember the whole thing. Like I said, he wrote me a whole goddamn book, an emotional book. But to sum it up, he was a grown man. I believe he said he was like 38 years old, and he was newer to the franchise. I think he said he started in like Cold War, and he thought it was unfair for him to ever jump into a lobby in a Call of Duty public match and run into Scump. Those are his exact words. That is unfair for him. Why should he ever have to endure that? And I'm reading this comment and I'm like, you fucking pussy, man. Like, how did you make it to this point? Like, are you still living with your mama? What is going on with this? You're a grown-ass man in a video game, and you genuinely think that you're entitled to that? Like, you don't have to get better. It's just, I can never see a better player than me. That's not fair. Why should everybody else who stuck around, stayed loyal, got better, they actually stuck around the game and improved, Why should they suffer in pro MLG pub tournaments, right? Pro pub tournaments, sweating their fucking balls off, just trying to relax after getting home from 8 hours, 10-hour shift at work or whatever it is. Why should they have to suffer just because they're decent at the game, because you feel entitled to not get stomped in that game and you feel like you should never have to improve and get better? If I tried to regurgitate this pathetic, soft message to the OGs back then when I was a noob on COD 4, if I said to them, it's not fair if I'm in your lobby, man. You're getting easy kills on me. I don't know what I'm doing, man. They would have told me to shut the fuck up and go play a single player game. Like, that's exactly how it would have went. But no, I wasn't a little bitch back then. And for all you nerds that are going to try to tell me in the comment section, oh, you don't like skill-based matchmaking, it's a skill issue. You just told me you're complete garbage at the game without telling me that you're complete garbage at the game. If you don't have a problem with COD's current matchmaking system, it's because you are completely garbage at Call of Duty. But at the end of the day, the homie Caffrey, he's got a valid point. This problem might be unsolvable because these nerds, these softies, these new gens, they've been protected. They've been coddled for so long at this point. As soon as they no longer feel that protection, they're just going to dip, right? And Activision only cares about the bottom lines. How much dollar signs are they bringing in? If people are leaving the game, well, people are not buying bundles and shit, and that's it for that's their bottom line. What's going to make them more money for their shareholders? So it's like we're in a jam right now, no doubt. But I still think how you fix this problem is you force it. You might lose a little bit of profit in the short term, but in the long term, your game will be, your franchise will be that much more healthy. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you on the next one.